guys, welcome to IV360. So today we will talk about some basic concepts about molecular biology, and one of them is phosphate group. The second thing which we will talk about is what is the difference between these two terms, diphosphate and bisphosphate. We often tend to use these two terms interchangeably, but that is not correct. And we will also talk about coenzymes, which are electron carriers or hydrogen carrying coenzymes, and their oxidized and reduced states. Okay, like NAD plus or NAD, NADP plus or FAD. So all these coenzymes, we will talk about them. The first thing is phosphate group. So phosphate group it has a chemical formula of PO43 minus. So we have the central phosphorus atom which has a valency of 5. So it is double bonded to one oxygen and single bonded to 3 hydroxyl groups. So this is phosphoric acid. But when this phosphoric acid loses 3 protons, it forms a conjugate base, that is PO4, that means 4 oxygen atoms and the central phosphorus atom and a total 3 negative charge. So this gives us our phosphate group. So phosphate group can be seen in various energy currencies like ADP or ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which has got 3 phosphate groups. So this occurs frequently in pathways, and when it is a part of a molecule, it is written as P. Okay, that means when it is part of a molecule, it is written as P. For example, in ADP or ATP, okay, just P. But when it is a free molecule, when it is a free molecule, it is written as PI. We often call it inorganic phosphate. Another example over here is C6P. This is denoting nothing but glucose phosphate. C6 denotes our glucose molecule, and P the phosphate molecule, which is a part of the whole molecule, the phosphate atom which is part of the whole molecule rather. Okay, and this inorganic phosphate, you have often seen reactions written like ADP plus PI inorganic phosphate gives us ATP. Okay, so here this Pi or inorganic phosphate denotes a free molecule of phosphate. Okay, that is the thing. Now we will talk about the difference between diphosphate and bisphosphate. So look at these two diagrams properly. So both mean that the molecule has two phosphate groups attached to it. It has also ADP has also 2 phosphate groups attached to it, and hexose 1,6-bisphosphate also has 2 phosphate groups attached to it. So di means here di. Just a minute. So here we have di, and here we have bi or bisphosphate. So di means the 2 phosphates are attached to each other. See here, the 2 phosphates, the 2 phosphate groups are attached to each other. But here in this case, bis means the 2 phosphate groups are attached to different parts of the same molecule. So here the 2 phosphate groups are attached to 2 parts of the same molecule. So this is the basic difference between diphosphate and bisphosphate. Okay, the next thing which we talk about is NAD+, NADP+, and FAD. So all these are nothing but electron carriers. So there are several reactions where oxidation of the substrate occurs by dehydrogenation. So we know what is dehydrogenation, that means loss of hydrogen atoms. Also oxidation, same as oxidation. We have talked about oxidation and reduction. So dehydrogenation is an example of oxidation because hydrogen atoms are removed. So there are several reactions where oxidation of the substrate occurs by dehydrogenation. When the hydrogen is removed, it is transferred to a hydrogen carrying coenzyme. Okay, what is a coenzyme? Coenzyme was the, in case of conjugate enzyme, we know, in case of conjugate enzymes, we had an apoenzyme which was the protein part, and a coenzyme which was basically a cofactor, that means the non-protein part. So apoenzyme and a cofactor. The cofactor, depending on whether it is organic or inorganic or a metal, can be coenzyme prosthetic group or a metal ion. So the coenzyme, which is kind of a cofactor, all these examples which we study, NAD plus or NADP plus or FAD, they all are coenzymes which are hydrogen carriers. Okay, so when the hydrogen is removed, they are picking up the hydrogen and transferring the hydrogen from one substrate to other, and thus carrying out hydrogenation or dehydrogenation at those various spots respectively. Okay, so 3 of these are used. We will talk about their oxidized and their reduced state. Oxidized state and reduced state. So we all know that oxidation is oil rig, oxidation is loss of electron and reduction is gain of electron. So NAD plus, it has positive charge on it, that means it is electron deficit. So if we give it hydrogen and along with hydrogen it will gain 1 electron, so it will form NADH plus H plus. Similarly, if we have NADP plus, here also this entity is electron deficit. It can gain hydrogen atom and it can be NADPH plus H plus. FAD, if it gains, this is flavin adenosine dinucleotide. If this gains hydrogen, it will be FADH2. So what is happening here? You see, hydrogen atom consists of a proton and an electron. So hydrogen atom means H plus and 1 electron. the reduction reaction, which is here it takes place from NAD plus. So NAD plus, sorry, it gains H2, that means 2 hydrogen atoms. So it has 2 H plus and 2 electrons. So 1 electron will nullify its charge. So basically it will be NAD plus plus electron plus H. This thing, and the other thing will be simply H plus. Okay, so that will give us NADH and H plus. From here you get this thing, because here also one electron. Yes. Okay, basically H2 is 2H, and 2H means 2H plus and 2 electrons, and this entity is basically reducing this entity and giving us this product. A similar case with NADP plus also, and a similar case with FAD also. I hope you get it cleared by this time, and all these reactions are reversible. As you can see, the arrow points to both sides, so depends on the availability or concentration of the substrate and the product, whether to which direction the particular reaction will proceed. So all these are reversible reactions. So this is all for today. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe our channel IB360.